Hello everyone. Today we're gonna see how can we read password using our C language. So we have a standard library like SDO and so on that they provide some function that allow us to read some information from keyboard, but uh, they don't have a function that help us to read the password, you know. Let's save this document how to read the password. That's it. And we're gonna provide this function for us. So first of all, let's just print the information in the screen saying enter your password, and we're gonna use a traditional way to read something by keyboard that is kind of we're gonna use percent s, and let's create one pointer variable of shared data type that are gonna store the password. So here we go. Let's pass the variable to be saved to this function. Let's write our return 0. Okay, let's compile and run this code. Let's write something, and here we go. But it does not solve our problem because we don't want to display the information that we are saving. So for that purpose, we're gonna create one function. Sure, let's name it as read. Let's create one parameter. In that parameter, we're going to inform the length of the password. So let's just define our function read. Gonna have one parameter function max, and let's create one variable pass that we're gonna store the password saved or that gonna be inserted by keyboard. For that purpose, we're gonna use dynamic memory allocation. For that purpose, we have to include one library more stdlab.h, so that why we can use the function malloc. All right. Let's use the size of a char multiply by into max, and let's return this pass. Okay, so here we're gonna think how can we solve that problem. So let's think that way. While we are storing information to our pointer pass plus I plus plus, let's just create one more variable I that's gonna represent our position to the character. So in that position, let's store the character that we're gonna receive it by hitting some key in keyboard. So we're gonna start that key value. If that key value is different than 13, it means that it's different than enter. We can continue store this information that character to our variable. But we have to think one more thing. We have some limits, we cannot pass more than that max that we informed previously. So that's why I have to put this extra condition, and y must be less than max. So when which interaction that you will have, let's just imprint some star just to make that like feel like password. Okay, let's just test our function how it is going on. Pass gonna receive a read function that we have the max limit 20, and let's just compile and see how it is going on. Okay, we have one error here. We didn't put our star, no. Okay, let's just write something, and here we go. We are write something. We are getting that. So how can we test if it is saving the information that we are inserting? For that purpose, let's just print the information in screen. Let's put new line, print the string that we inserted, and let's put here the pass. For example, let's compile and run it. Let's write it test and enter. Here we go. We enter test. So this is the tutorial that we made of how can we read some password uses language without using any extra function. For thank you very much for viewing this lecture, and don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments below.